None. Oh, there we go.
Hey, there we go.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey, dude. Hello. Hello.
Clap sync.
Hello. Hey, dude.
Hey, dude. What's going on, dude? All right.
So
Welcome everyone to What a Bunch of Shiznos Part 2, Electric Boogaloo.
No, it's Return to
It's
RTX. That's
wonderful.
what it says up there.
It's wonderful to have all you here. So as part of our tradition as podcasters, one of the things we do to sync up our audio is we do a clap sync. So I count down 3, 2, 1, clap, and we all clap when I say clap. And that helps Sam see a nice big spike in our audio so he can sync us all up when he edits it. So we're going to start with that. Y'all can clap as well. But just once.
Are you ready?
Just once. All right.
Only once.
It's
on clap.
It's when I say clap. So technically it's after 3. All right. So, ready? 3, 2, 1. Clap.
Hey.
Yay! The most difficult part of the panel is over.
All right, round of applause for a successful clap sync.
No.
They ruined the audio.
Every week you're on the podcast, you do that, and every week someone falls for it, and I hate you a little more.
My entire job is to piss off Sam.
He has actually stated his sole purpose is to feed off my life force for the rest of existence.
Yep. That's how I stay young and beautiful.
I mean,
it's working so far.
It's working so far.
Yeah.
So,
I didn't even have any coffee this morning. I just went up to him and just...
Yep. All right. So, thanks for
So,
your
should we actually start this thing?
yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Hello, welcome to the Shizno, live at RTX. I'm your host, Dan Daly. This year on the Shizno, we discuss panel sequel names. Our panelists this week are Myriam.
So my panel idea for next year is What a Bunch of Shiznos Part 3, Free Shit.
That's Prodigy.
So mine is Shizno Episode 3, Revenge of the Rain. He's coming back.
Eventually.
All fear the
back
Tyrant
these
King Reign
bits.
0. Bobaton.
It's going to be Shizno Part 3. Holy shit, they let us back.
And Sam. My idea is just... Wait, are we actually going to have the panel next year? That's our panel title.
We'll
It's just,
see.
we have a panel.
That's not up to
It's just
us.
Shizno 3. We have a panel.
I guess.
Shizno 3, I guess.
I guess.
We guess.
We're going to put a shrug emoji
We
in there.
hope.
Yeah, it's just a shrug emoji
Shizno
now.
3 shrug emoji.
We now bring you to our panel live.
That took 30 minutes.
All right, panel's over.
I hate
Thanks for coming,
all of
everyone.
you so much. So much.
Oh gosh, Sam, sorry, my audio stopped recording. Can we do another clap sync just real quick for you and me?
Yeah.
I'll mark it down.
We joke, but that happened literally last episode.
And it happened twice the episode before
Yep.
that. There were storms and things were going down.
The struggle.
Anyway, we thought we'd
Being me
start
is
off
suffering.
with a brief discussion of how we got here, basically. So,
You ever wonder why we're here?
yes,
It's one of life's great
Boberton,
mysteries.
I wonder literally all the time.
No,
Beth
I
loves
never
me.
wonder
You got a
why
little
we're
chuckle
here.
on there.
Except for 5, bitch.
So about 8 years ago now, a group of theorizers and sort of people who reacted to and talked about the episodes on the RT site decided that they wanted to make a podcast. I wasn't there yet. It was started by a guy named Ouroboros, and they started by having members of the community submit brief audio clips that contain theories and reactions. And it went like this for the better part of a year, and then I came on board and helped to produce it. But eventually we realized that, one, only a certain number of people felt like submitting things where they just sat and talked at a microphone for 2 minutes. And then also, it was just hard to coordinate because we were sending emails to people like, hey, when are you going to get your stuff in? Oh, I haven't worked on it yet. Sorry, I wrote it down, but I haven't recorded it. And so we figured we needed a format that was a bit easier to use. And so I was inspired by a different group that did a reaction podcast to the trailer for Red vs. Blue Season 7. They all hopped on Skype. They recorded the audio of everybody talking on Skype, and they edited it a little bit, and they posted it. And so we kind of took that model on, and so we started by just bringing people into Skype, finding apps or computer settings that would just allow us to record the Skype call, and then we would edit and post it. And then we were inspired by some of the work that Boberton did on his spin-off podcast to bring it into a format where everybody recorded their own audio. We synced it up with a clap sync, and then we send it off to somebody like Sam to scream at for 7 hours or so. And yeah, so now we, every week, hop onto Skype or Discord and talk about theories together and make stupid jokes and for a couple hours. We think we're funny, and
We cut out anything that isn't funny, so that's how you know.
yeah, that's how you know that this is live.
Yeah.
As for the blooper reel.
Oops, don't cut that out. We're always funny. We are always.
Yep,
never...
always. Everything we say is perfect.
Yeah, we never say either.
I'm just unnecessary at this point.
We literally cut out when we say or when there's a pause between like words because we found out we can do that.
Yeah,
It makes you sound smart.
yeah, it does. It really does. And so yeah, the Shizno's been chugging along now for better part of 8 years. We're continuing to do stuff, but we're also branching out and expanding. And one of the ways
We're gonna talk about that.
One of
Yeah.
the ways we've done that is through the Beacon broadcast, which is run by Boberton. So
Yeah. So I joined the Shizno, season 11?
So- Yeah,
12
it was
something?
it was around.
Yeah, so I actually, I didn't listen to the Shizno at all before I joined. And,
It's okay.
And I actually just met Neri in my college cafeteria, and we were talking about Lord of the Rings, and I was just like, "Hey, have you ever seen this thing called The Simple Walk in Mordor?" And I'm like, "Oh, do you watch RT?" And then she parts her jacket, and it's the RT Ontario.
It was RVBTO,
Yeah.
the Toronto convention that they did, and it was the very last event that they had. Somebody brought me a shirt from it.
Honestly,
Yeah.
when you said she was opening up her jacket, I thought it was going to go in a different direction.
Yeah, in college cafeteria.
I mean, maybe you're into that.
I mean, yeah,
It's
community
California.
college, so.
You know how crazy
Yeah,
people are
we're
there.
really lax in California and stuff. Yeah. But we got talking, and it's just like, "Hey, you want to do this podcast? I talk about theories with all these nerds," and I'm like, "Sure." And I listened to 2 episodes, and I hopped on, and then I found my people, and started doing that for no more than 2 months. Yeah. And then Ruby Volume 2 was coming out, and I'm like, "Hey, do you guys do a Ruby one?" And they're like, "No, we don't have the time." That was when they overlapped, so RBB and Ruby were coming out at the same time. So they gave me the line for anybody who wants to do anything in our group, which is, "That sounds great, you do it." So I decided to take that and run with it, and I looked at the format that they were doing, and it's just like, okay, let's see what we can change. Let's experiment a little bit. So I cut down the number of people, and I lengthened the recording time, and I developed a single-track recording system because Google Drive existed at that time, and it's just like, we can just upload things.
Thank fuck for Google.
Seriously.
honestly.
Seriously.
Based Google.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Google. This podcast not sponsored by Google.
It
Everything's
almost
sponsored
is.
by Google.
And then it's developed into this whole podcasting network that we've created.
Yeah, Boberton is really our innovator. The Shizno takes stuff from the Beacon broadcast that works, and we put it in our podcast.
I'm the R&D department.
Yep,
This is like, fuck it, let's try this.
Boberton R&D.
Oh, look, it worked. It goes to the Shizno for polish.
Yeah.
And then I guess I'll go. So I actually joined between this one and that one. So maybe we should have sat in order. But
Nah.
I don't know. No,
I had it
planning. What
written
is
down
that?
in order.
So
And someone sat between them.
So basically, I joined the Red vs. Blue community on the Rooster Teeth site in high school. And I had met a bunch of people. It was like the rec creator and my roommate, the guy who is now my roommate, but at the time we'd never met. We only met at RTX like 2 years ago. But like all these people like were like, you should really go on LFTO. You have so many theories. You think about things that are happening, and like they do this podcast. They do this podcast, man. You should do it. So
You make it sound like a drug.
You're gonna listen to one
Hey
episode.
man, you podcast?
and then-
You cast?
Yeah,
and then
You want
the
cast?
next
You're gonna-
8 years of my life have gone here.
I'm gonna let you listen to one episode for free, but I know you'll be back next week.
Yeah. But yeah.
For free.
Also for free. Continuously for
Yes,
free.
yes, continuously.
On iTunes,
Yep.
Tumblr, and
But basically, yeah, I ended up sticking around in the RT community because I ended up finding you guys, and I was like, oh, I can talk about things, and like, it's cool. Like, you guys think my things are cool, and I had
And we
zero.
think your laugh is wonderful and magical.
oh yeah.
And then-
especially when it goes for an entire minute.
I'm
And
sorry,
not at all
I'm
like Daft's
sorry.
laugh, and then there's a recursive laugh loop, and I have to just sit there and suffer.
Yeah, because like what happens is like there are like 5 of us who have a very similar laugh, and you'll just hear it for like 5 minutes, and then you can't do anything else because we're just sitting there giggling. But like basically, I had zero self-esteem in high school, and so the fact that anybody thought I was cool was like, hi.
You are cool.
Hi,
You're
I
cool
like
like us. You're a cool nerd.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but now I
you're internet
understand.
famous.
Yes.
No,
yes.
no.
Internet famous.
No.
Yes.
Don't do this. But
Bowing to you.
don't do that.
We could make a religion out of this. No, don't.
Don't.
No. Daft, we are not a cult.
We are not a cult.
We are
not a cult. We are not a
That
cult.
was last year.
This year is chaos.
We need new material.
But yeah, basically like it was cool that people thought I was cool, so I
You are
stuck
cool.
around.
We love you, Myriam. And
do you-
Sam.
Hi,
Sam's the newest.
I'm Sam. I joined for Ruby Volume 3. I just showed up.
It was great.
I sent in my recording to apply. They didn't listen to it. All Boberton heard was, I'm an audio engineer. And he said, get him
I paused
immediately.
afterwards and I executed the decision that one. It's just like, you're coming on.
Oh, thank God.
We
And
needed more people to edit at that time because
We still need more people to edit.
basically a lot
We
of
always need people
us
to edit.
are
Yeah.
full-time jobs or in school, so having somebody who is basically doing that for us and is in charge of everything
It's
and
so
studies it,
wonderful.
and we really appreciate Sam.
We appreciate you so much.
And almost every single episode of
Also, actually,
There's our other editor.
we have
our
two
other
other
editor
editors in here. Rio,
who-
Tyler, stand up.
What?
Without these
Rio was editing at RTX.
We-
she was editing our newest episode at the apartment that we rented.
two, mostly because I didn't want to.
So appreciate
But
our editors.
Seriously,
please.
without these two, I probably would have killed everyone up here.
And then we wouldn't have a panel, and that would suck.
Now, I'd just be me, covered in blood, saying, it's not my fault. But
Someone put 3 walls in my way. They were
basically-
shaped like people.
I'm one of the other innovators for the Shizno with Echo, who couldn't be here because he lives in England and he can't afford to come here. He and I...
bit of a flight.
It's a bit of a flight.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. It's only like 7 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's across the pond.
Yeah, sure. Just a pond. He and I have been
Single pond.
talking and working on developing new content that's not dependent on someone else's seasonal schedule. We actually have a couple other podcasts that we have in the pipeline we're working on. One of them is just a general fun podcast that we just basically fuck around for an hour, and that's called Cut That Out, because that's literally what I say every single time one of these three or someone else goes on a tangent,
It's
and I
things.
get irritated because that's another 7 minutes I have to sift through. Nerial.
What's ADHD? I don't know.
So that's one of the things we're doing. We're working on that right now. We actually have to record a new episode at some point.
Yeah, we'll work
We
on
have
that.
we have a pilot that we've been listening to and getting feedback to that we're that's on our Patreon, I believe.
Yep.
The other thing we're doing is we're branching into Let's Plays with our Plot Bubble Players division, also run by me. Because
Because you just like having projects.
It's like they said.
He likes being busy.
I like to be busy. It's
so-
what they said. It's if you bring up an idea, you have to do it. And I went, okay.
Yeah, and then we start saying, no, Sam, don't give yourself any more ideas. He's like, you can't stop me.
I approached you with 6 new ideas in a single meeting.
We turned down like 4 of
I was
them
like,
just
Sam-
to make sure he
Sam-
gets sleep.
Sam, sweetheart, honey, darling.
No,
We
that's
love you.
Spanish for
Honestly-
no.
Pick 2.
Honestly, Sam's in college, and when the semester ended, in the group chat, he's just like, I don't have anything to do. What do I do?
I had an actual existential crisis because I didn't have enough work for the day, and I sat there for too long just waiting for something to do.
And we were like, try sleeping? And he's like, no. And the doctor was like, try sleeping.
I am
was
actually
like,
been medicated.
fine.
So a recurring thing is that I don't sleep because I just have the sheer amount of work, which, 3 different audio jobs plus full-time student
Yeah.
plus weekend work kind of lends to a bad sleeping schedule.
Yeah.
My doctor told me if I don't sleep 8 hours, I'm going to have severe medical problems.
Medically prescribed sleep.
This is it's like the opposite of the day 5 problem.
Another
you
cast
must fall
member,
asleep.
Sunday over there, understands that completely as she either sleeps too little or too much.
Spent 5 years sleeping 4 hours a night. Don't do it.
You have a doctorate. I'm getting a bachelor's degree.
Yeah.
Suffering. But
You must fall asleep.
So
You
speaking-
must fall asleep. This
Yeah.
message will repeat. You must
So-
fall asleep.
Speaking of tangents,
So we actually, but getting back on topic, thank you, Bobberton. We have, I think,
Da, da,
2
da, da.
series we've already recorded about 6 or 7 episodes for. You want me to announce what those 2 series are?
Yeah.
Nier
we have-
Automata Let's Play.
we have
Nier Automata Let's
Nier-
Play. Nier Automata Let's Play.
We have Nier Automata with Neriel and I.
yeah, Nereal Automata.
Neriel Automata. And then we have one of my favorite games of all time, Shovel Knight, with Rio, who is terrible at platformers. And the series is subtitled Rio Can't Platform.
So
It's
yeah.
great. And then we have a bunch of other ones, and we were going to record, Daft and I are going to record Fire Emblem
Emblem.
8, The Sacred Stones.
Yep.
I-
We're
Classic.
gonna do that next week.
Yeah, we're going to do that next week. Tyler and I are going to record The Sims 4.
Oh, God.
My only thought was, what if I give Tyler absolute godly control over miniature people's fates? And her first statement was, I'm going to make the Shizno crowd.
And
I'm a little excited to see what happens.
This can only end in 2 ways.
Beautiful. It is
what are the
beautiful.
ways?
Both of them involve fire.
And we're also, there's another podcaster that's on there, She, who I am going to be recording Life is Strange with, all 5 episodes.
that's another one of our lovely British shiznowers who
I have
could
a
not make it
whole
here.
list of games to do.
Seriously,
and
it's just a pond.
Yeah, I know. So
You know
Row,
what?
row
Just a
across.
pond and you
Swim.
hop across it, yeah?
They just got to
yeah,
swim.
yeah, I've seen it on maps. It's like that big.
Yeah, you're Pocket Alice, yeah.
Yeah, it's like that big. Seriously.
And just some other stuff that we got just in the talks. We're trying to figure out what's the best way to do it. A lot of fun ideas, a lot of fun stuff we're going to be putting out, and I'm very excited to record it.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
And I got a video I wanted to show you guys about the editing process. So this is the 8x time lapse. There's going to be a timer in the top right.
This is a glimpse into
top
hell.
left. I can't.
We
do
are moving
directions.
on to how we do the
Yeah,
thing.
we're going to go on to how we do the thing. So first-
Subtitled, Sam screams a lot.
No, it's subtitled is I sit there in frustrated silence as I listen to you laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh and complain to Rio, who complains back to me, and then I scream at Jake, who says shut the fuck up.
See, so again, so
Tyler's just there.
So like I said, Sam screams a lot.
So this was, I think this was episode 7 of the Shizno this season, and let's play a video. This is 8x time.
It's set to Moonlight Sonata.
Which,
For
according to
some reason.
YouTube, isn't is still covered by the copyright law, even though it's not, because some asshole put it on YouTube and claimed copyright.
I actually
Yeah,
heard about
they
this.
can do that.
They
Oh, wait, well, Yeah, but let's.
Copyright law is death of creator plus 80 years. So I'm gonna have to wait like another 120 years before that specific one elapses, so that someone else can claim it.
I don't know.
I was
Now,
just saying
now I'm
myself-
sort of-
we could
now-
jumpstart the 80-year thing. Go find the creator.
I mean, now I'm sort of expecting Bach to be a vampire.
He's not. He's
Okay,
dead.
okay.
He could be a
But are you
vampire.
sure?
Yeah, my jazz director went to his grave.
But maybe he just died less than 8 years ago.
80. Less than 80 years ago.
And this is the part where he's just listening
Anyway,
to it to figure
yeah.
out what to do.
You'll also see in there's some sentence stitching. That's mostly on Daft, who has a bad habit of stuttering and umming when she gets excited. Thing that sucks about editing audio of your friends, you learn all their terrible vocal quirks, and you want to kill them every time you have a conversation.
I'm sorry.
No, I listen to this and scream.
Yeah, you actually really can't listen to anything else, so you're essentially listening to the same, like, 5 minutes of audio about 4 times.
4. You're not trying hard enough.
And this is why I don't edit anymore.
Basically, I showed up. He said, "Here's the audio," and I solo ran the entire audio section of Ruby Volume 3 and the Shiznos Season 14.
Technically, we were supposed to have editors, but they also had school.
That's not an excuse.
And for Ruby
you.
Ruby Volume 3, it was a lot of you cutting. You're complaining about the tournament structure.
It's still
Yeah.
going, by the way. Like,
Still go. Oh, by the way, this is just the first 20 minutes of an episode of the raw recording. There's another hour and a half after this that I had to work on.
also, you'll see a lot of the time there will be like we'll delete a section and it'll just be black where other people are talking. That's if people talk over each other, or if someone's like making a little noise in the background, we'll like delete it so you can hear the person in a different section.
Yeah. It's one of the difficulties about not recording in the same room is you don't have the visual cue of somebody else who wants to talk. So 2 people will start talking at the exact same time, and sometimes all 4 or 6 people will start talking at the exact same time because we all think we're hilarious, and we will all tell the same joke in a slight variance 6 times over each other.
It happens more often than you expect.
So we call
Overlap
this
in
the
my
hive mind.
Shizno, it's more likely than you think.
Oh boy.
And they just did it.
There it
Yeah, and I
goes.
just did it.
But
It's the
like
editor
when
hive
you
mind.
spend 8 years with someone, we have something that we call the hive mind, which is like where we make the same jokes even though we aren't talking to each other. Like recently, Daft and I made the same joke about 479er, and we didn't know we made the joke, but like I texted her and she's like, "Yeah, I just made that joke to Rain." Literally a couple minutes ago. I had no idea.
Yeah, it's a little creepy.
It gets creepy sometimes. This is Logic Pro X. This is what I edit in.
Yeah. Other people
use Audacity,
which is
which
free.
is not
free.
much longer.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
Audacity is a terrible editing software.
It's free.
Reaper is free.
But-
If you need a good quality digital audio workstation, which is what these kinds of programs are called, Reaper is available on both Mac and Windows for free. You can
Well,
also
free. It's like WinRAR.
no, it's just you can just use it. You just have it.
Yeah, like WinRAR. It'll ask you to pay.
No, it doesn't ask you to pay.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it does.
No, it actually does
it
buy the
does.
pro version. It doesn't ask you to pay for the free software.
No, it does.
Okay.
Not important.
I have it on my computer. It does.
Listen, you've known me for 5 years. This is exactly what I argue about.
But yeah.
We wish it was the only thing you argued of.
I argue over everything.
So a normal recording session takes about an hour and 40 minutes to
We actually
2
have
hours.
pictures for that.
Usually.
Yeah, for the
Yeah.
Shizno.
Yeah. And so going through all
this
of this.
is so Logic counts starting at hour 1, so that's 1 hour 51 minutes of raw audio that I then break up into those sections and distribute to other editors.
Yeah. To the team.
To the team, which is consists of 10 people. Very rarely do I get any more than 3 on that team, and of the 3, I'm on that team, and then the other 2 who are right here are on that team. I don't hold it against any of the other editors. A lot of them are busy. One of them was in Italy for 5 weeks.
Yeah.
That was Rain. That's also why he's not here.
Yeah, also, just a brief shout out to Rain.
Shout out to Rain Zero.
Yeah, who's both awesome and also did a
evil
lot.
and must be
Did a
stopped.
I was about
lot.
to say, yeah.
Well, he's evil and must be stopped, but also he did a lot of the audio editing himself alone during the earlier days of the Shizno. And I just wanted to mention
Back when
that
it
as
was
well.
2 tracks. It was
Back when it was
his
the-
audio and an entire Skype call of people talking over each other.
Yeah.
And you couldn't separate out that audio. So if people
Yeah.
were talking over each other, goodbye audio.
So now
Yeah.
we record, everyone records their own audio. That's why we do the clap syncs, and then that gets sent to me. I line it up. You can see it says clap sync 1 on the first marker, and then we have the different conversations and questions that we ask, the discussions 1, 2, 3, 4, and the lightning rounds. And then we have the audio after I get it back from the different editors. We had 4 that week. That brought it down to 1 hour and 7 minutes. That's still too long.
Yeah.
It needs our
It needs to
goal
be
is
less
between
than
35
50
and
minutes.
45 minutes. And then so this is what I got back. So I sat down on a Friday night and I
Bless your
sat
heart, Sam.
for 4 hours and pulled another 37 minutes out.
Yeah.
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 Also, I'd like to point out, this is for the Shizno. With the Beacon broadcast, I cut off the recording at...
You cut it at 1 hour.
Yeah, you're just
I
like,
stop
we're done.
people at 1 hour because I run that more freeform, the way the Shizno works.
We have pre-planned questions that
That's the end
everybody
of the slideshow,
submits.
guys.
So basically, what happens is before we get started, ooh, it's bright. Before we get started,
That's why I have the hat.
Daft goes, "Hey, here's the call for questions. Here's who's on the panel." And each of you has to submit a lightning round and a discussion question. And then Daft picks like 4 of each.
I pick 3 discussion questions and 4 lightning round
Yeah.
questions because we always spend time reacting to the episode first.
Yeah, and so first we go into thoughts on the
Thoughts
episode.
Thoughts
On the
on the
episode.
episode.
And then, it's tradition. We all say it's very dark. We had to hold my breath.
Rain- I
Rain
complained
started
about
that. Rain started that, and he continued it.
And I will end
And he
it.
continued it.
And now
he
it's
continued
tradition.
it. And
Now we
it's
just keep
tradition.
doing.
I don't like it.
Yeah, and for the Beacon broadcast, we do something similar, but instead of lightning round and discussion questions, I just say have a question you want to address and a topic you want to talk about, and then where in the recording for the Shizno, it'll be, okay, let's do this lightning round question, and then this person will respond, and then we'll go down the line. With the Beacon broadcast, it's just like, here's the list of questions. Let's talk. I will try to guide you cats into the direction of these questions.
It doesn't always work out well.
No. Sometimes we actually get it where we hit like all 8 of the things we wanted to talk about in the first 15 minutes. And then I'm like, okay, so what else do you guys want to talk about?
Welcome to Tangentville. I'm
Yeah.
really good at this.
Yeah, and then
call in
we
Myriam.
fill for 45 minutes.
My favorite one of those was the episode in Volume 4 with where Weiss was doing the charity concert, and someone made the mistake of wanting to bring up the music. He had to stop me.
Yeah.
He had to say, "Sam, please, for the love of God, stop talking. I don't care about chord progressions. I learn more about it than I ever wanted to."
This is what happens when you get somebody who's literally an audio major. But like the good thing about having Sam is there's a lot of nuance that, we might have missed in what Jeff Williams is doing or what, Nico and David Levy and everybody.
We go, I like the sound thing. The sound thing sounds pretty.
Pretty.
Yeah.
Music, good.
Music.
Like lyric.
Yeah, lyric. Good.
I actually found
I
out something
recognize
really
these
funny.
5 notes from this one song because it's I Burn and it keeps coming up.
I actually found out something really funny at the RVB music panel regarding the instrumentation and stuff. David Levy built his own instrument to get the that whining sound that's in the Blues and Reds.
Jesus Christ.
No. That's not why I brought it up. Why I brought it up is because what he named it. The Circumciser 3000.
What?
It's a
David
djembe
Levy,
body
no.
with an upside down cymbal and 2 cello strings perpendicular to each other.
Why?
No.
He's also a Florida man.
That's true.
So we learned those things to Sam, but apparently, like, all the audio people at Rooster Teeth are Florida men.
Yeah.
All of them.
Every single
I get a lot
one.
of Florida man jokes.
Audio editing drives you insane.
It does drive you insane.
But
And then
it's-
you move
Which
to
drives you to Florida.
You drive, and then you learn about the spirit of Florida man who possesses people into such acts as driving your truck from your backyard to your living room in order to get it to your front yard.
Because it was faster.
Because it was faster, and then getting the insurance money for it.
You know,
He did.
that I have a new life plan.
If it involves moving to Florida,
doesn't-
I advise against it.
The reason there was funniest thing. The guy it said it didn't count as fraud because he was so high he didn't realize he went through his house.
So, again, new life plan.
Good Lord.
He then got arrested for drug possession.
I've changed my mind. I've seen the light. I have seen the error of my ways.
Choose life, Dad.
Need I remind you about crystal methany?
Need I remind you we're on a panel?
I know.
We should be talking about something.
So,
So again, these are the tangents that we just go on. That
Because
we
we're
just
friends
go on
and we've
on.
known each other for like years and we just kind of chill.
Yeah. And if you want to be professional, it's called vamping.
yeah, we're being professional right now.
We are
In this very
professionals.
moment.
Yes.
So fresh. The
Wearing
word
purple
fresh.
lipstick.
So we've gone over everything that I feel like talking about.
Yeah, I think we did.
All right. Yeah. So
we're gonna open up to what we call the lightning round.
Yeah, it's time for the lightning round.
Yeah.
That's what we call Q&A.
Yeah.
And it goes you, then me, then Bobberton, then back down to me, then you, then Bobberton, then Bobberton. I'm not going to keep doing that. So yeah, we have some.
Yeah,
little,
so I'm just gonna showcase these.
Yeah, we have
So-
some things for people who are asking questions.
We
Yeah.
have
We have
coins.
swag.
We have little swag, teeny
Yeah.
swag,
He made these with his bare hands.
swag
And a
lines.
very fancy machine.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sane.
If I could grow out the beard, like, yeah.
But you can't.
But yeah, these are little wooden.
But yeah, so this is the plot bubble, the P from the plot bubble logo, cut out of some kind of wood. My neighbor didn't tell me what it was.
It is questionably wooden content.
You don't
yeah, but
want
it's
to know.
it's laser cut, and I basically made these as little challenge coins. Everybody who's on the Shiznos is getting one who's been staying with us. And then I made a whole bunch of extras, so you guys get to take home one.
So we're going to open up the Q&A.
Yeah.
And, okay. So another thing that we've done, at least we did last panel, was we added a little audience participation element. One of the things that we like to do with new podcasters is just to sort of get in a call with them and hang out with them and sort of see what their conversational style is like and what sort of jokes they like to make. And so we thought we would bring up one of you to sit in chair 5 here, and you can answer lightning round questions with us.
Actually, the person who was on last year ended up joining the Shizno.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leonard.
It was
He's
Leonard.
He's one of our editors.
Remember,
that's a
remember
fun
when I was
story.
talking about it like it was a drug, man?
Yeah, we got him
It's
hooked, man.
addictive.
So that actually just reminded me of one of the problems with audio sometimes with recording the podcast, and that's called the cursed audio,
The cursed audio.
God.
where if something goes wrong, everything goes wrong.
Yeah, no, seriously. Like,
There were
So-
in episode 3 or 4 this season,
yeah.
of the 6 people on it, 4 people, their audio could not be synced. For some reason, it kept being sent out of time with everyone else's, and I still don't understand how that's possible
The recording somehow desynced itself.
in the middle of it.
Cursed
I would blame the
audio.
TARDIS.
There were 4 different clap syncs in the first half alone because someone's sound card kept failing.
And then-
3 people had microphone bleed, so whenever they were talking, you could hear literally everything else someone else was doing in the background.
Yeah,
Yep.
Sam started doing that thing where he doesn't sleep again.
and we had to tell him to stop, so I started doing the thing where I took it, and I live on the West Coast, so when people are supposed to be sleeping, it's evening for me. So
West Coast, Best Coast.
West Coast is the best coast.
Yep.
So I took it, and I started playing with it, and I'm like, no,
I wanted to scrap the whole episode, honestly, but
So did I.
Rain,
So did
who
I.
had nothing but free time because he had just finished his exams, took it,
So-
and spent
But-
8 hours
But
lining everything up.
this is live. It can't be cursed. So feel free to volunteer.
Yes,
if
you
would like
cannot
to.
have cursed audio here.
Oh goodness. Artie,
Already
you're already on.
You don't get it, but you don't.
Put your hand down, Sunday.
You guys get
put
to be
it
on the
down.
episodes.
Hey, you come here.
Oh. Ooh, Nightvale.
A
Night
sunny
Vale.
desert community.
Welcome.
You want
Welcome
to
to
introduce
the
yourself
Shizno.
to?
My name is Abigail. I go by the screen name Shayat sometimes when I remember to, but I don't.
Welcome.
Hi.
All right. So now we're going to take questions. All right. We have a guardian here, a lovely guardian with a lovely microphone. She's going to walk around and hand you the mic.
Okay, Liz, go ask your question. Girl in the black jacket. Hi, Liz.
Hi, Sam. Who is your favorite character for all of y'all?
RVB or Ruby?
Both.
Ooh.
Okay, how about this? How about this?
No.
Let's let the new person answer first.
Okay.
Go first. Hold on, wait. She has a follow-up proponent.
Here we are. Let's
okay.
change it slightly.
All right.
Who is the character you wouldn't want to die the most?
So that means church can't be the answer. Yeah.
All right, so are we putting pressure on the new guy?
Yeah, pressure on the new guy.
All right, everyone stare.
Menacing.
Hey there.
Hey there.
Hi.
Nice to see you.
Sup?
Shit. Okay. Because all of these characters, I don't want them to die, but I think it'd be interesting if they did.
So her answer
like your
is
podcast
everyone.
material.
Yeah.
I love Caboose because I have always had a very interesting interest in his brain. He has a nice brain. It's a horrible wonderland of misery.
Are you secretly a zombie? Like we don't judge.
Zombie or psych major? Zombie or psych major?
Yeah.
We have
No.
2 psych majors.
No. I
Too
won't-
many.
Too many.
I'm not gonna go too psych, but I do like his head. The headspace that he's at just generates some very funny moments,
He has
and I
a
like
beautiful
that.
skull.
And then
They're great
on
scenes.
the opposite end of that, for Ruby, I love Crow, and I'm okay with him dying to a certain extent. But I mean, I don't want him to yet.
Not yet.
Maybe later.
Maybe later.
So are we going down the line?
Yeah, we'll just
Down
go
the
down
line.
the line. Okay.
So in RVB right now, the person who I want to die the least is probably gonna be Griff. Because my roommate has an awful theory. All season long, he's been like, Griff is gonna die. Griff is gonna die. And I'm like, no, don't do it. and then I guess in Ruby, the person I want to die the least is, I guess it's going to be Nora.
Love Nora.
Yeah, I love Nora.
Aw.
Nora's wonderful. Save
Save the redheads.
redheads.
Protect the redheads.
Save the redheads.
She's the last of them.
There can be only one.
So for me, I think on a similar thought wave as Neriel, I want Simmons to die the least. I really want Grimmins to happen, and it looks like it's gonna happen. And I want them to be happy together, and I want them to grow old and be super lazy together. And Simmons can be upset about how lazy they're being because they're old, and they could be sitting in rocking chairs on the front porch sipping sweet tea, even though Simmons hates sweet tea. It's just. They're so cute, you guys.
Griff actually goes and buys 50 space Roombas.
Yes, yes. And then he starts taping knives. For Ruby, gosh, who do I want to die the least?
I like all of my teammates a lot, but I think ultimately I'd be okay with 1 or 2 of them dying.
That's the best thing about having a character impression is you can make them say horrible, horrible things. By the way, check daftprodigy.tumblr.com for some horrible,
I found
horrible
the
things.
dirtiest
Hail the
corner of
ex-Toro
Blake's trash
forever.
pile.
Our good friend Locus here has something he wants to say.
No.
No, but I think the character I want to die the least right now is probably Yang, because I feel like she sort of has this self-destructive urge to her, but it's not something I want to see her succumb to ultimately. I want to see her get better and stronger and become this beautiful, unstoppable force that's just terrifying and glorious to behold. And I know that it's sort of tropey for that kind of, we'll just say, energy expenditure to be followed by, lying down and saying, I have used up everything and now I will die. But I don't want it to happen. I just want her to be awesome without having to pay for it. Is that so much to ask?
Pay for your sins.
Let's see. For REB, I think I'm in the same boat with Griff. Like, I really don't want Griff to go because I'm really lazy and I like that character. It's like, hey, look, it's me in orange.
And short.
Yeah. It's hard to tell from where I'm at, but I'm the tallest one up here.
Tall Griff.
He's 6'5".
Yeah, it happens.
You're like Griff with 3 eyes.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Griff.
when we all get lost in the convention hall, we reconvene at Soren because his head is like bobbing above everyone else, and that's
You
what we
just
get to
find
see.
me.
Yes,
You
Bob.
just find him. Bobberton Bobs.
We just made the same joke again. I said Bobberton, and he's like, "Is that what it's called, Bobberton?" It's like I heard it. I heard the hype might happen.
And for Ruby, I'm going to say something that is probably going to make a lot of people go, ooh, Oscar. Yeah. Because, yeah.
Protect my avocado son.
We will now begin the chaos ritual.
Yeah.
Avocado son.
Yeah, because I can totally see something happening where there's this whole Oscar getting to Crow, and then some kind of horrible magic thing happens, and Ozpin gets ripped out of Oscar, and then Oscar dies.
No. I'm picturing this horrific chest burster sort of thing.
Yeah,
I live again!
comes out with a cup of coffee, just
Yeah.
Okay, but
It's
the
just
tiniest
Oscar's-
Ozpin.
No, but
the
it's
tiniest Ozpin bursting out.
He's like, "Hey kid, how
just
are
really
you
small and
doing?"
angry.
And Oscar's like, I'm feeling okay, but I think I have a little bit of heartburn.
Hello, Crow. I would like my cane and a cup of coffee.
It was very dark in there, and I had to hold my breath.
It's my turn now. So I'm going to answer your original question and your new one. In RBB, the character I would love to see die, and I'm probably going to get yelled at by someone over that, is Doc, for the sheer hilarity of him being gone for a season, and then the season after they realize he's dead.
I hate you so much right now.
What I tell you. And
Sam, I love it.
We didn't even get to say goodbye. I bet he loved goodbyes.
but the character I would want to see not die in RVB is Locust, because there's just so much you can still do with him. Because, like Caroline, he's going through that redemption arc thing. And it's, what did Caroline say at the end of it? He said he was doing that at the end of season 13.
Whatever.
His death would be unfortunate.
And I would love to see a mini series or something based around the adventures
That's all I
of
can
Locust.
do right now. The improv panel.
Just because of my line for Caroline's line at the end of season 10, where you just got to get back to good.
Yeah.
There's no being good, you just got to get back there.
Yeah.
And-
Also, if some of that could potentially involve him finding Cyrus and Cyrus chewing him out for being a terrible person for a long time.
And then you find out that
Dear based Miles and Joe in heaven,
and then
I
they
come
get in a
today with a request.
no.
If you can hear
That's
me.
Spanish for no.
Coincidentally, it is Italian for no.
And
And it's also French.
then for
no.
Ruby, the character I'd like to see die the most is Cinder, because I don't like her character. I think she's just a very bland villain who's just basically a really bad Darth Vader clone. She's just being led by the nose by
So
some.
she's just Kylo Ren.
Yes, she's Kylo Ren. She's being led by the nose by some dark, ominous, evil presence that's vaguely understood by us and just told, kill the child. Kill the child.
Do it.
Kill the child.
I need to go. Do it. I need to go Photoshop Kylo Ren's helmet on.
That's exactly my point. But then the character I would like to see not die in RWBY for a good long while is actually Adam. Because I think he's, as creepy and disgusting as he is, he's an unrepentant evil, and that's my favorite kind of evil. An evil that knows they're evil and just fully embraces it.
Sam speaks from experience.
Hey guys.
Sam is evil and must be stopped.
You can't stop me. You've tried.
Don't stop him now.
This is a level 1 directive. It must be followed at all costs.
That answers. Does that answer that question?
Thank you so much for your question.
You got a coin?
Oh,
Good.
okay. Yes, Yang.
Who are we picking?
Yang.
Yang.
Yay!
Sorry, I'm drawn to
Thank
yellow.
you. Sorry, I'm new here, but
Hi.
what?
Hi.
Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome.
What are your favorite ships in both RVB and RWBY?
Grip X Cone.
Oh no!
Grip X Cone and Ruby X Crescent Rose.
No? Okay.
Next question.
Griff X Griff shot.
Sarge X Shotgun is also a fan favorite.
These are all real things that exist. You should not read them.
Do not read them.
Yeah, like the reason.
Love yourself.
Like the thing is, there was this
Self-care
one.
is not reading these things.
There was this one fan fiction writer who thought it would be really funny to ship inanimate objects and like actually wrote it. This all exists on the internet. You can. She's great and I love it, but I have a real ship, I guess.
Washington, no.
I guess I think that Penny is the only person good enough for Ruby and vice versa.
Nuts and bolts. There you go.
But it only makes the angst that much stronger.
Yeah.
Or the Yanks.
For Ruby, I ship all of the characters and fight scenes because I love fight scenes. I love them so much.
For Ruby, I ship Ruby Rose and Happiness.
You ship everyone in happiness. That's your RV ship too. Freelancers in happiness.
Yeah, freelancers and happiness,
And also
but also
Grimmins.
Grimmins.
And also Grimmins.
All their friends are dead.
The law of Shizno is you must ship Grimmins. Because that is
I was not made aware of this.
Eventually.
You eventually come around.
I'm solely Griff X Gun. Nothing else.
OTP. But yeah, what are your favorite ships?
All right, I'm up. Okay. I was actually right about to make the Agent Washington X Pumpkin joke, but I'm not going to anymore.
Sorry, we ruined your fun.
So just Wash X Griff? Yes. Wash X Sleep. Give him a pillow. Give that man a pillow.
What is he gonna do with the pillow?
That's even better.
He's going to weaponize it.
I'm sorry. Tyler in the front just said, Wash X car, it's a real hit.
Get out, and get out.
And that's the panel, everybody. Goodbye.
Leave. Go away. I don't want you here.
We were serious. Tyler has to leave now.
You have to leave. We'll see you later, buddy. Come home for dinner.
Okay.
Oh, you have no power here.
So we got like what,
Yeah.
15 minutes left.
So we're gonna go a little bit faster.
We're gonna speed it up.
Yeah. Speed up.
Okay,
Start
red shirt, Sane. Raise your hand, Sane. Her, she's gonna ask next question.
Next question.
Next question. We gotta go fast. Like Sonic.
Lightning round.
I'm not gonna tell it.
All
I'm
right.
not gonna tell it. I want to tell it.
All right, so my question is, knowing Sam as long as you, have you decided to open up a salt shipping company for all the salt that has
She
been
drew fan art of
collected?
that. We have fan art of it.
So,
you remember that?
The Saltini.
So
Yeah.
Tyler is
talk
our
Tyler.
resident artist, and in the year and a half I've known Tyler, she has drawn me a lot of art. One of which is a salt shaker because I was the reigning salt king for like 4 months.
And the other.
You've seen that.
and then Deuce took that away.
And then Tyler forgot what a margarita was and drew me art and called it the Salt Teeny and put Sam's next to it.
Okay.
All right, next question.
We have a camper in the back, a camp camper.
Right? Yeah, Camp Camper.
Oh. There's a song we know that I'm not going to sing. Ask your question, please.
I want to ask, what's your favorite crackpot theory that you wish is real?
No.
Director's head in a jar. Director's head in a jar.
You love Director's head in a jar.
This comes back every year now.
Yeah, no,
And
so
it will never die. I will keep it living. Yeah. No. It's just his decapitated head.
Yeah. I was really excited about the potential for Felix to be an AI. So that when he fell off, it would only have ruined his robot body, and then Locust would have gone down to the bottom of the tower and put him in his helmet and had like an angry orange AI companion and like a very quiet, growly guy with his nasty little orange AI. I thought it would have been a nice callback to the meta. But
isn't Locust the meta?
And then Locust would be the meta.
What are you talking about? That's totally canon.
I mean,
in my head, that
also, I just love Felix as a villain. I'm a little sad that it fit in the story for him to die, obviously, but like, what if he didn't have to stay dead?
So I am the official like, no, they're dead. This is an ex-Felix person, so I like they're just making fun of me.
He's
here.
just pining for the fjords.
But like, my favorite theory right now, my favorite theory is that Carolina, because she has a helmet, I don't remember who came up with this one. Her helmet is a space pirate helmet. It's not freelancer tech. So somehow that's going to stop the armor lock from going as long or something. It's going to short it out. So she's going to like get free just in time or something.
That was me.
That was you?
We said
okay.
crackpot, not like what's going to happen next episode.
I don't know.
What's yours?
You got one?
Oh yeah. Oh, wait, go.
Yeah.
I have one that is, it's more of a headcanon, but it's basically I have a working theory that I do in writing, which is essentially about the more details as to the culture of the tribe in which the Bronwyns are from. Oh. And it goes into detail with a certain ritual scarification dealio, in which there is a rite of passage into adulthood, where they must undergo basically the village elder who has a semblance and foresight, basically carving onto your back what's going to happen to you. And I have very detailed headcanons for what is on each of the Bronwyns' backs.
That fits super well with the Hugin and Moonin symbology of the two Bronwyn children.
Hey, you ever consider being on a podcast?
Yeah. Do you want to be on a podcast? Maybe. That's excellent.
All right, let's go next question.
Sam, what's your favorite
We got
crackpot?
10 minutes, dude.
Oh, if I want to answer.
All right, fine.
My favorite crackpot was when Dad think about where Spencer Porkensensen was actually was it? Oh gosh, I forgot his name now. Malcolm Hargrove as an AI. That's why he sounded vaguely British.
I got a fancy suit, and I'm really old.
Look, everyone that growls is the meta, and everyone that's British is the chairman. Duh.
Chairman, I couldn't remember that word.
All right,
Thank you.
next question.
Next question.
Gentleman right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't get to answer, Artyom.
Favorite trope in anime, TV, movie, books, and how you wish it would be implemented in whichever show you choose.
I'm abstaining.
My favorite trope is the one where they're like, okay, remove all your weapons. And they start pulling out weapons from increasingly improbable places, and they're like, no, everything. And they so they start pulling them out of like their socks. No, everything. And there's like pull out
And
like
then
a
they just
tiny
fill the
little
table.
like they just pull out like the tiniest little pistol or the tiny little knife out of like their hair or something, and they're like, okay, that's everything. And they're like, no, actually, this just looks talking to you guys.
That's just Felix.
But like, imagine that being put in Ruby. All of those knives that they put out there would be guns.
That happened. That happened in the Team Sun fought Team Indigo.
Oh yeah. Oh, shit, you're right.
When what's her name's dress fell over and all those knives came out and almost skewered Scarlet.
Yeah. All right.
Let's go next question.
How about this?
Yeah. Green shirt up front.
The VIP.
So I was wondering if you could I'm trying to start my own podcast thing, and I was wondering if you could sort of walk me through the process of like from the episode comes out to.
Oh, you were going to talk about that. We never did.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
Okay, so episode comes out Sunday. We say who's available to record. We find out when they're available. We have 2 different recording times depending on who's available. We pick one of them. Usually it's either 8 p.m. Eastern or 9:30 p.m. Eastern. We record for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. I get all the audio then. I sync it up. I find out which editors are available for the week. They give it back to me by Thursday night. I take a bottle of whiskey and I go to town on the audio. And then a podcast
and also on
comes
the whiskey.
Yeah. And from somebody who, when I started the Beacon Broadcast, I was solo editing a lot of it, and I had next to no experience with any of this. So one thing I will say is don't be like Sam. Deadline.
Yourself.
Love yourselves. You can push your deadline back a day.
No, you can't.
Oh, jeez.
Consistency is important. Make sure you always release on time.
Yeah.
So that's
say you're
actually
out on
advice
fr-
that Gus gave that we've taken to heart is just like, if you release it at the same time every week, if you at least try to make it reasonable for yourself and you release at the same time, whether it's every week or every other week, people know when to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For instance, our release schedule is Fridays on our Patreon and then Saturdays for our Tumblr and iTunes feed.
But also Murphy's Law, you will miss a deadline.
Eventually,
It'll
yes.
happen. Don't hate yourself.
More than once.
Don't be like me.
All
Don't
right.
hate yourself.
I think we have time for one more question.
We got about 5 minutes left.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
We got
two
one
more-
or-
two more
one or two more
questions?
questions.
One or
yeah.
two more questions.
None of these 6 can ask questions.
How about the guy in the Mountain Dew?
no, you
He's
can
had
ask
his
it
hand
later.
raised this whole time.
Mountain Dew.
Almost loud enough without it. Explain in short the crystal methany thing and why it's almost a red versus blue episode, please.
Stage wrestler in Florida. Next question.
Gray shirt.
Gray shirt, yeah.
What's your favorite semblance in Ruby?
Weiss's glyphs.
Ooh.
I'm a huge fan of summoning.
Crow.
Yeah. Whatever Osmond's is. Whatever that was. That was cool.
Magic time man. Magic time man.
Magic.
Time magic.
Well, I thought Ospin's was, sneaking into little boys' bodies.
Neri!
Amazing!
Leave! Go away!
They're not going to let us back.
Leave!
None of this is.
Okay, next
All
question.
of this is going in the episode.
I like Yang's
All
fire.
right, Artie's been
Fine, Artie, go. You can ask this literally anytime, but go ahead.
I've got
This
a
is Artie.
joke
He's also on the
question
podcast.
and a serious question. Which one do you want to hear first?
You only get one. Pick it.
Which one do you guys want to hear?
You don't care. Pick one.
The funny one? Okay, so recently Rooster Teeth came out with fidget spinners with their brand logos on it. When will we be seeing a Shizno fidget spinner?
Never.
I was about to say, give me like a day.
Okay, Bobberton. If Bobberton wants to do it, he can do it. None of us are helping him.
It's a ball bearing and something cut out on a laser cutter.
Yes.
I can do that.
If you guys go fast, you guys can go. I'll go. Start with the guy in the hoodie back there. And if we go fast enough, we
Hey,
get
I know
everybody
you.
else.
Favorite Ruby weapon?
Here's Naster.
Too many cheers.
You'd like Velvet. His answer is Velvet then.
Yeah,
Velvet's
honestly,
is all of
Velvet's is all of them, and I really
Yes.
like that one.
Whatever Ozpin says.
It's a stick.
It's gonna be a scythe, I bet.
It's just a stick.
It's just a stick. Well, it's an awesome stick.
I mean, does a tail count as a weapon?
Yes.
All right, Tyrion.
All right, next question. You, right there. We're the only person with their hand up.
What do you guys think 479er's been doing?
We actually cut this out of an episode.
Complicated answer.
A short answer is we actually had a
Go
20-minute conversation last week's episode where she's just still flying around in the Pelican avoiding arrest. And being murdered.
Running from the cops and then getting killed by people.
I actually have okay, I'm going to do my theory real quick. So
You
they
have
keep
2
on
minutes.
bringing up in RVB that they have everyone, and they keep saying, like, pilots, sim troopers, pilots, freelancers, pilots, and they keep doing that. They keep doing that. And I'm like, I see you, Joe Nicolosi. I see you.
I see you, you villain.
Joe's actually been really good as a writer.
Goatee.
He's brought back every one-off gag that I liked and that was really funny and made them a plot point, and it's fantastic.
Yeah,
All right.
like 479er already showed up this season. Like, what?
I wonder
Okay.
who was flying the Pelican.
We got 1 minute, so one last question. Who wants it?
No pressure.
No pressure.
All the pressure. Guardian, what's your question?
Guardian, that's the Guardian.
I don't actually watch any RTX content. I'm so sorry.
No worries.
That's fine.
Why are you here?
Sunday has a question.
It's good for the resume.
What is your least favorite background noise?
You. Thanks for coming, everybody.
Thank you so much for coming.
The correct
let's
answer
give
is,
a big hand to our guest up here. Thank you for coming up.
And thank you for you guys.
Sunday, I'm sorry. I love you.
Yeah, thank all of you for coming. It's so again, it's so wonderful to
We'll be
see
here all
people
week.
coming to hear us talk about our silly little podcast. We love all of you. Thanks for listening to us, and thanks for listening every week. Bye.